Unrelenting demand for the COVID-19 vaccine, distribution promises falling short, driving frustration around the process with confusion over the best way for people 65 and older to make an appointment.
There has been a lot of difficulty navigating vaccine locator sites, and in general, appointments go so fast. The issues are also causing trouble for people trying to get their critical second dose, and the timing on that is so important. We've started to see some improvements in recent days, but we're still trailing other states of similar size when it comes to actually getting the doses to people.
Tracy A. McPeer looks at the role pharmacies are now playing and offers 3 tips to get a vaccination that way.
As days go by, more and more pharmacies are joining the vaccination effort. Last week, Publix, Kroger, and Ingles joined in. And right now, out of a group of 430 independent pharmacies in Georgia, 43 are distributing the vaccine, according to the Georgia Pharmacy Association. Like this one in Woodstock, where the CEO of the association got his vaccine last week. Bob Coleman has 3 tips to getting a vaccine through a pharmacy. First, be persistent and reach out to your own pharmacy, even if it's not listed on the DPH vaccine locator site.
I know for a fact that there's more than pharmacies that have the vaccine that are on the list today.
Next, be willing to travel. The nearest available vaccine from a pharmacy may be a bit of a drive.
If you're in the rural area in Georgia, there are people with excess that there's like no waiting. So it just depends a lot about where you are.
And finally, be patient. Coleman says the supply of vaccines should be getting better.
There's more vaccine coming. We're only dealing with 2 different vaccines right now, Pfizer and Moderna. My understanding is Johnson & Johnson and the AstraZeneca product may be coming out very, very soon, which could increase even more.
Many viewers still have questions like, does the first dose provide any real protection? And how long does it take after getting the second dose before you're fully protected? We'll have those answers coming up at 6.